we have come to the end of our journey with Sir Duncan the Tall. Season 1. But the end of our journey for this season. Princes have been slain. Fortunes have been wrought. And how do we choose to open this final episode? With smooth jazz, baby.
The smooth jazz.
Scooby boo, Scooby bee bop bee bop boop. With a flugelhorn, baby. With a flugelhorn. It was giving lo-fi beats to study to. Like it was.
Yeah. No, it really caught me off guard. That is my first note where I was just like, jazz? What? Oh, okay. The music has been so interesting.
The music has been so interesting because it's been like cowboy, which I'm like, oh, that kind of works for this story or whatever. Like, and it still kind of like fits. But then we get jazz. Then we just scoobity bee boppity bop boop. Like I half expected like fucking Lionel Baratheon to do a tap dance number.
God damn. Yeah, no, but hey, we did it. We're here. We watched a show for 6 weeks. We didn't read a lick.
No
and
words.
You know,
the fight against intellectualism, the anti-intellectual like, wave. It keeps going here, baby. I read no words. I
only listen. I only do what the thinking machines tell me. It's great. But hey, everyone. Welcome to Song of Spice and Rhani, a Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire podcast for the girls, the gays, the theys, and the well-behaved straights. I, as always, am your host, Rhani.
And I am sometimes your host, Spicer.
Sometimes you go by a different name.
The Masked Avenger. The Masked Avenger.
I'm not approaching that anyway, but yeah, and every single week, we are going to discuss not 3 chapters of the A Song of Ice and Fire book series, but an episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and where we will break down the lore, theories, what happens in our favorite deaths. Boy, oh boy. We did all our killing. We did all our killing last week, and now we're just vibing. We're vibing towards the end.
What died is the story died, Rhani. This branch of the story. The story, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end because it's a triangle, Rhani. It's a triangle. I am our directing teacher.
I thought you were going with a tree metaphor there.
No. No, I'm being our directing teacher again. It's a triangle.
He didn't talk about triangles. Well, I mean,
yeah, he did.
He did with like not with like this. You're misrepresenting.
The story. He would always talk about like the stories are a triangle. They're a triangle, Rhani.
The Freytag?
Yeah, Freytag triangles. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Okay, fine. Fine. I was gonna say like in blocking, like make triangles with like the things. But
he did the Freytag triangles. Hey, literally.
I hate when people call it a triangle. It's anyway. Okay, that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here. Do you know Freytag just means Friday? I found that out.
Wait, what?
Freytag is just Friday in whatever fucking German or whatever.
I thought it was like a person. I thought like a person.
Yeah, that's his last name, but that's what it means. That's what the word means.
Oh.
So the guy's last name is Friday, just in a different language.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
If we get demonetized, so help me. I will no.
I did less than 4 bars. We're fine.
Is that the okay? I can't keep okay.
This week, but take us in, Rhani. Take us in.
This week we open on Dunk under a tree, having freshly had the shit beat out of him, beaten almost to death. And who's here to visit? Why, it's Lionel Baratheon, and apparently the worst maester to ever exist. Lionel is like, hey, I'm leaving. My maester is going to look after you. You should come with me because we're boyfriends now. And we could hang out. We could go hawking and fighting. We could do some sword fighting just whenever we feel like it. Just 2 dudes sitting in a hot tub, not 5 feet apart. Not 5 feet apart.
On top of each other. We're in
Some
P-Town.
might say in.
But we're at P-Town. I mean, Storm's End.
Yes. but he's like, hey, and then he also goes on a diatribe about like, oh, Targaryens are shit. They suck, and that's why it's fine that Baelor is dead. And Dunk's like, hey, he just fucking died for me. Can we just be chill? And Lionel's like, no, fuck you, man, fuck you. And then also the Maester made some weird comment about Dunk being like close to death, and then he's like not confused. But anyway, finally Lionel leaves. He's like, okay, well, I'll see if I see you. If not, whatever the fuck. And then we have Dunk going to Baelor's funeral. It's very sad. They do in the fuego. And then Dunk meets Baelor's son, Valor, who's like, fuck you, dude. I don't like you. They got book accurate Valor hair, though. He had that little streak of blonde in it. Loved it. Loved it. And then
it was giving early 2000s scene kid. It was
yes, yes, but it's book accurate, and we appreciate when they do that. And then afterwards, Dunk runs into Raymond. Raymond is freshly married to the local woman of the night who is portraying herself as just a noble lady who happened to be in the audience. Cool. I'm happy for you, girl. Congrats. You made it, truly.
And lest we forget, they're with child.
Yeah, obviously.
Because
yeah,
that's how that works.
Yep. We just yep. Uh-huh. But hey, even though we didn't get a last week where where Raymond like quickly goes off and tries to repaint his apple from red to green, they included in this episode, which I thought was nice, because now we have the green apple Fossaways versus the red apple Fossaways. This is the creation of another branch of that family, and it's all because Raymond was a cool guy. How nice.
Oh, no.
But then hey, oh no, Maekar wants to talk to Dunk. What's gonna happen? Well, Dunk goes and Maker's like, hey, well, I'm gonna send Arion away because he needs to get in check. And like, yeah, no shit. But hey, Egg says he's only gonna squire for you. So why don't you come? You could be a Targaryen knight. You could be Egg's knight. He'll squire for you, and then we can complete your training too, because you're still pretty green behind the ears, okay? And Dunk is like, no, I don't want that. I'm done with princes. Boo. And then he's hanging out with Raymond again. Fucking Beesbury is just in a bee coffin. God, what the fuck was that? And then
there's bee magic, Rhani, remember?
There's bee magic.
There's
bee fucking magic.
Bee magic, but then Our Lady of the Night, Rowan, who we learned her name.
I don't think that's her name. I think her name is Beanie, and she is going by Rowan so that she sounds a bit more nobly.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
But then, because he's like, what bee magic? And she's like, they put the queen in there.
Yeah. Still horrifying. But then while they're there, who shows up but Daron Targaryen? And Dunk goes over, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you showing up here, you crazy ass? And Daron's like, hey, we're all fucked up, man. And he's like, oh, you're not gonna let Egg squire for you? That sucks. Hey, we all like, us kids weren't always monsters. And Dunk is like, hey, I'm fucking Egg isn't a monster, shut up. And Daron's like, no, I'm talking about Arion. He used to be nice when he was a kid, but look what happens when you grow up a prince. And then Dunk's like, well, fuck. Oh god, okay. Well, then he goes back to Maekar, and right, that's what happens next. Yeah. He goes back to Maekar. He's like, hey, how about just Egg comes on the road with me? And like, because living in castle is just bad for you. It's just kind of proven right at this point. And Maker's like, fuck no, that's crazy. And Dunk's like, okay, whatever, man. And then he's like getting all his shit together, he's getting ready to leave, and then who shows up? Raymond with fucking Sweetfoot. I fucking cried because I cared about that horse. And that is the one thing that pissed me off from the novella. Sorry, I'll get into it later. Okay, but no, he shows up. He's like, hey, I got Sweetfoot back for you. And Doug's like, oh my God, Sweetfoot, you're the best. But then he's like, hey, wait, what are you going to do? And Raymond's like, I don't know. I think we're going to start our cider business. It'll be great. And Doug's like, I think Sweetfoot would be happier, on an orchard. And he gives Sweetfoot to Raymond. It's very sweet. Raymond goes off. He finishes packing his shit, and then who shows up but Egg? And Dunk is like, okay, are you gonna follow the rules and do all the things? And Egg's like, yes, I'm gonna be the goodest boy. And then they have a cute little conversation where Egg does the whole fucking fandom thing where he's like, there's actually 9 kingdoms, not 7, if you know, just count. But hey, this is a thing. And then there's a very sweet moment where we see like Arlen's ghost, like kind of, riding his horse next to Dunk, and then
Well,
he splits off.
because earlier in the episode we did get a flashback where
Yes.
we got to Arland,
Oh,
and definitively it is put to bed. Dunk was not knighted.
correct. Yep. But hey, it's very sweet. They've split off, and you think it's the end of the episode. We get an end card. This is a Knight of the 9 Kingdoms, which is very funny. But then hey, there's like a weird little extra tag on the end, and we see all the Targaryens leaving. Arion looking beat up, Daron looking, drunk and sad, and Maekar's looking for Egg, which is weird because according to Egg, Maekar sent him to go, travel with Dunk. And Maekar's like, wait, where's my son? Where the fuck did he go? Brah. Cut to black. What the fuck? That is a big change from the books.
I was going to ask you because I have not finished all the novellas, and so that is not a thing, not even implied in the book.
Nope. It's never implied. In fact, I am confused. I am actively confused. I don't know. Like, are we? Like, I don't.
Is it going to turn into a chase? Are we trying to catch the prince?
This is the thing: is like the stories that remain don't involve any sort of chasing. Like, you don't actually like see Maekar again. You just like, because it's him and Egg on the road, and it's kind of like each novella is them in like a new place with like a new struggle of some kind, Yeah. And so this is quite the change, in the book. Like, he very clearly leaves with Maekar's consent, and like it's Dunk's plea to Maekar and his argument proves like convincing. And honestly, this is, I know I'm like skipping right to the end, but like this is the big thing that is on my mind. The show is kind of fascinating because in some ways I feel like they improved Maekar a lot from the book and like added some like much needed depth to him, which I've really appreciated. But then at the same time, this change I feel like actually makes him kind of worse.
Yeah, I was about to say, because like Maekar in the book, like it's like a growth thing of like, yes, Maekar learns to let go of his son. Like, that's his arc in the book, is like he's actually been too controlling of his sons, right? And he's been too involved, and he's like, oh, I'm not a good dad. Like, I'm not good at this dad thing. I'm not cut out for this dad thing because my last 3 sons have been fuck ups. So maybe this one I will hand off to another person to do a better job.
Yes.
So that it kind of ruins his arc. I will say, like, this is the thing. I mean, like, let's see where they go with it. I mean, we said that infamously about season 7.
Well, no. Like, here's what I'll say. Overall, I love the entire season. Do I have like criticisms here and there? Absolutely. But overall, I think they did a phenomenal job. I just think this is such a like left field change with like ramifications that I don't even understand how they're going to be. Like, are we like really going to alter the next book like to some degree?
Yeah.
I don't know. And yeah, to your point, like, in the book, as I mentioned in the beginning, I don't like Maekar. Maekar like annoys the shit out of me. But his one saving grace is that like last decision he makes, where he's like, "No, I'm gonna do what's right for my son," and like he sends him off to Dunk. So like undoing that is so weird. I think unfortunately it might also be another one of those examples with the show, which my one like big criticism has been that like the intent of kind of adding this like silly lighthearted tone has sometimes gotten in the way of like the heftier things hitting, and this feels like another instance of that. Like, we traded in Maekar's kind of like crowning achievement or like best like moment of personal growth for a funny bit at the end, and I don't know where they're gonna go with it. Maybe it's great. Maybe it all gets resolved right away. But I was left very confused after feeling like I went off on a high with like the fucking Arland like going off into the grass and like Dunk and Egg off for new adventures. And I'm like, this is amazing. Title card, 9 Kingdoms. I'm laughing. This is great. boom, wait, and then I'm like thrown off kilter. So it was a weird experience.
Yeah, I'm not so much a fan of this either because again, like I said, it kind of ruins Maekar's arc in the story. Again, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. And
But
I just sorry, I wanted to get that out of the way because it was I rewatched the episode right before we're sitting down to film this, and like it is the thing that like was seared into my mind at the end. I'm like, this is crazy.
no, yeah. Um, I my
But what'd you think?
yeah. My first note. Sorry, I like blinked out there. My
Yeah.
first note is girl, go with your manic pixie dream, girl.
Oh, okay.
Go with your manic pixie.
Oh, with Lionel.
With
Okay.
Lionel. What? Why is this even a conversation? Like
Yeah.
you're by panic. I don't have time for it, Dunk. Like
I that was okay. Okay, actually, no, we're gonna get sidetracked yet again because what
because
was
that's another change from the book. Like that this super does not happen in the book at all.
oh that's not even what I was gonna talk about. Like yes it doesn't, but like with them expanding Lionel, I didn't mind like the offer. I found his like anti-Targaryen sentiment to be a little
That
odd.
that was weird. That was weird. And then also like him being like, "There's a war coming," and I'm like, "What war?
Well,
Oh, is there a war
it
coming?"
there's going to be a billion wars coming. We've had one Blackfire rebellion.
Oh, there's gonna be another Blackfire. I thought we killed all the Blackfires. Are they dead? Are they all dead? No, there's.
No, we killed a couple of them.
Oh,
Killed a
okay.
couple of them. No, the Blackfire rebellions happen. They continue for like 50 years.
Oh,
Like
it's the fucking it's the stewards. It's the fucking
yeah,
the what do they call those rebellions? The Jacobites. It's the Jacobite rebellion.
yes,
It's the
yes.
Jacobite
Yeah,
rebellions.
no, and like they like continue to be a problem all the way up until the last one. Do you know who helps win the last Blackfire rebellion?
Is it Robert Baratheon?
No, it's Barristan Selmy.
Oh.
Barristan Selmy like kills the very last one. And it's a whole to do, and that's like that's like one of the things that like makes him ooh he's great. But yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, I think they'd have fun. This is a very different show, but I'd be into that show. Um, what is it? Oh my god! But the line when he says is like, "I'll love you like a brother," like.
I wrote that. I wrote down "love you like a brother." ... Sure.
Yeah, I did. I literally wrote "sure" too. like
Like,
like a Targaryen brother maybe, but
yeah.
hey,
Oh,
incest. It's a
God.
thing in this world.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did also did like the whole like what was with the maester and him dying and him saying he's dying? Like what was that like plot cul-de-sac? That was so weird.
I was very confused because at first I'm like, okay, are they just like pointing to the fact that like Dunk sustained so many injuries that he probably should be dead, but like he isn't. But then he like drops. He's like, no, the wounds have mortified. And I was like, oh, what's he gonna do? And then it just gets dropped. And so that after the fact, I went back. I'm like, wait, is it just the joke that he's a bad maester? Because I think that's it. I think because Lionel right after he's like, you couldn't help an itchy asshole, rawr, rawr, rawr. And so my impression is that like, oh, he just brought his maester, but he knows his maester is bad, so he dismisses what he's saying. I
But then why?
think.
But why do you have that maester?
I don't fuck if I know, man. I again, it was confusing. Another kind of like just odd, an odd bit of like humor that I feel like didn't land because I didn't know how I was supposed to take it.
Yeah, I think the problem with this show, I will say, like my sort of big problem is like because like I didn't mind the fart, I didn't mind the shitting, I didn't mind all that. To
Uh-huh.
me, it is sort of where the tone comes in at times, and I think
Mhm.
the problem is like yeah, this is a comedy, but it's a feel good comedy, right?
Yeah.
And this is the feel good part. It's the ending,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's like I feel like there is this. And this is my larger criticism, because like I like those moments of humor. I think the fart was funny. I think the shitting was funny. I think these moments are funny, right? I'm not trying to like dunk on these moments. My problem with the show is that the tone is different than the books, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a problem, right?
Mhm.
My problem is that like the books know my problem is that like the books I don't have a problem with like when an adaptation has a different tone, right? It's just like when it doesn't match at all, right? Like and like I'm not even saying it doesn't match at all. My problem is like the books are kind of like overly sincere. I said at the beginning of this season, these are like the Hobbit of this universe, right?
Mhm.
It is oddly sincere. It wears itself on its sleeve. It's very Tolkien-esque, right? Like I
Mhm.
would say, in sort of like the way that these characters just like have like undying like love for each other by the end, right? Like it's not like other Game of Thrones where like it's intrigue and treachery and top 10 greatest anime betrayals, right? Like that's not going on here. And it's
Mhm.
almost like the people running the show. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this had to do with like the higher ups at HBO, and like we can stomach if like you're taking a literal shit on Game of Thrones and you're doing it for ha-has, right? Like comedy, we can do that, but like we can't have a Game of Thrones where it's just like this brotherhood of men, right? Like we can't have this like you know just sincerity. We can't
Mhm.
end on that note, right? And I think like that is, to me, is my problem. Is it's like it I am interested to see where they go with this whole new thread of like whoops, egg actually lied. As you said, it's gonna change some book, so that'll be interesting. But like I am, to me, what so it's like they like couldn't it's like they couldn't stand the idea of sticking the landing, right? Because if they literally
Mhm.
cut off where they did, I would be like, perfect, chef's kiss, perfect ending. That's how you end a season. But they like
Mhm.
couldn't, and it's what it's also giving. You know what it's also fucking giving?
What?
It's giving fucking Marvel. It's giving fucking Marvel with the
Oh.
post credit scene. It's giving fucking Marvel. We have to show fucking what's his face with the fucking eye patch. What's the
Mhm.
actor? Fucking Samuel L. Jackson comes in
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
eye patch. I'm assembling a team, right? Like we have
Mhm.
some like funny haha moment that also like expands the universe. It's like we can't just have like stories that have like a beginning, middle, and end. We have to tease the next chapter because IP, right? And it's like I don't know, man. Like you had a really good ending, and then you kind of like ruined it, like because you added on this in, and it's like again, I'm interested to see where they go with it and how they try to like tackle this in the adaptation. But like, dude, you had a really nice ending. So yeah, no,
Mhm.
this is an instance of where I am in agreement with you. Like the tone just didn't match, and it felt like, well, it's Game of Thrones. We
Mhm.
can't have a happy ending. We can't have an ending where people like are able to like heal from their traumas and adventure awaits. We can't do that. We have to. Ooh, he deceived his father.
Mhm. Well, it's that, like, yes, that, but it's also, again, it's the way it's presented. It's presented as like this, like, again, we're kind of like dunking on Maekar, being like, oh, he
Yeah.
lost his kid again, and that's it's just like an odd choice.
Yeah, and and
I just
and then connected with back with the Maester, because that is why I went down this path. But it's like it's again with the Maester. It's like it felt like we had to like add in this like bit to like remind you it's a comedy, and it's like
and
it can
see
just be
that
sincere. Like it can just
yes,
be sincere. Like
and that's kind of, I think, maybe like the root of it is, I feel like they read the source material and they saw like, oh, the tone is different and the tone is lighter, and which is like fine, that's great, and it is, but then they like were like, we need to lean into it. We need to like not only just like let it exist as like this, as this like slightly distinct thing. It's, we need to like differentiate it further. We need to like push it further in that direction, so the delineation is even clearer.
uh-huh.
And that's where I think it occasionally doesn't work, because you're pushing the tone even lighter, even like further funny than it is, and that's where like there's like some weird like tension
It
occasionally.
reminds me of how like early Game of Thrones like really leaned into the whole hot fantasy that fucks thing. That
Yeah.
like there is sex in these books. Like people have
Mm-hmm.
sex. The sexuality is like part of these characters. It's not the only thing. Like the fact
Yes.
that like Tyrion in like the first season is almost like reduced to this like titty obsessed like sex fiend like awooga like everywhere he
Yeah.
goes like it's like no like because again it's like you said like George R. R. Martin like the whole reason he wrote this fantasy series is he's like what was Aragon and Lord of the Rings tax policy, right? Like he was like I want to do fantasy but like hyper realistic and like talk about like real things like sexuality, right? How does sexuality like intersect in this world? And it's like, but the TV show's like, but it's different than Lord of the Rings, right? It's hot. I know we have Sean Bean here, but people be fucking, right? So it's fine, right? And so it's different. And again, it's just like we can't just like have this like sincere moment. And this is like a larger criticism I have of media right now. Like we are sort of in this like irony poisoned era. It's reminding me of the '90s a lot, like where like the '90s we were sort of in this like era of like we can't have like Lindsay Ellis was talking about this on like a video recently where she was like, we can't have like in the '90s like everything is like irony poisoned, and so like nothing can be like a sincere like family dynamic. Like everything is like no, the family unit's dumb, so let's like dunk on it and like talk about like the artifice of it all. It's like well, not everyone's like that. Like there are normal families out there that are perfectly fine and don't really have that big of trauma. Like it's fine, and I feel that way with like this book of it. Like not everything needs to be a joke, not everything needs to be a bit. Like we can just have like a nice ending where dunk an egg right off into the sunset. Anyways, we need to keep going because we are.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yes, no, I agree. I and then before we move on from the Lionel bit, I just want to like hit again. It's his like anti-Targaryen sentiment is just odd,
Yeah.
and I don't really get it. I feel like they're trying to do a thing where, and other people have talked about this and I agree, where they're like trying to hint because he does do like a little rebellionish thing later, but it happens like 20-30 years later. So
Um,
I feel like they're trying to like use him as kind of like the stand-in for like, oh, the lords are still really unhappy with the Targaryens. They're still in like a very precarious situation, which we did establish with like the small folk and with like lords like Raymond, like the Fossaways or whatever. But having like Lionel be like the new avatar of that just feels a little weird because he's like a great house,
yeah.
and so the Baratheons are so intrinsically tied to the Targaryens that it's just
Well, it's
it's
also like
odd.
I think the other thing that's going on here is like this show is constantly referencing the fact that it is a Game of Thrones show. Like
Yeah.
we are constantly referencing back to the fact that like this is part of the larger canon and lore of the Game of Thrones. And so like we the audience know that Game of Thrones opens with a Baratheon on the throne and
Mm-hmm.
everyone be like fuck the Targaryens, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to like justify that now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like well that was a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Robert's rebellion is different because somebody got kidnapped and possibly raped and a bunch of people were executed because there was a terrible king. It's not because like we hate the Targaryens. It was we hate these Targaryens.
Yeah.
Like I so it's just interesting that like the show is kind of trying to like connect us to the larger lore, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
again not everything needs to be Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys.
Yeah.
Like we can just have a story that exists in a universe independent. We don't need to
Mm-hmm.
build up to Game of Thrones Avengers Endgame. Like
Uh,
as
yay.
as epic as it would be to see Lionel Baratheon and Daenerys fighting on the same side, I just don't think this is related.
Oh God.
um
Yeah. No. But anyway, that's that with Lionel. Also, before we fully move on, I did want to say I love how much the costume department, how much they lean into all the antler shit. I love the fact that his like walking stick is just this like giant antler, whatever.
Antler.
Like so good, so
He's a
good.
he's a look queen. He's a look queen.
Yeah.
Always look clean.
Yes,
I
yes,
was
yes,
my
yes.
final thing on Lionel is like the whole line of where he's like he risked nothing. Girl, he died.
Yeah. Like you're kind of like, I get the point you're trying to make here, and that like you're saying that like, oh, what he was doing wasn't as honorable as, you're painting it to be, which maybe fine, whatever. But also like you're undercutting yourself, because like he is dead and about to be burned at his own funeral. So like
Yeah. Which, speaking of,
yeah,
then we get a proper Targaryen funeral, baby. We lighting shit on
yeah,
fire. Our
Morrow.
non-binary child priest is back. Who is this
Yep.
cat? Who is this cat?
Yeah, they're there. They're there, and they're like, it's I will say, like, hearing it is very interesting hearing like these like religious intonations, like from a funeral, from like the trial of seven, coming from that, like that type of voice. I will say it, like it does scratch something and give me like very, it like, it has a very medieval vibe to it.
Yes.
And
That
I appreciate it for that, and I'm assuming that's why they're doing it, is it's just like that's what it's giving.
it's like, yeah, this like child who has been shipped off to this priesthood because that is
Yeah.
probably the best case scenario for them because he is the fifth son of a knight, right? Like,
Yes, exactly. Which, I mean, that's fucking like amen. He's like, when you are like that far down in any sort of like succession, you're like, okay, which one are you? Are you smart enough for the Citadel, or are you a good enough talker for the Septons? Like, pick. Do you want religion or do you want science? It's the same basically in
yeah,
how it functions. But what's your special fixation?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God.
Speaking of, I think they would have shipped you off to the Maesters, and I
Oh.
no, they would have, they would have.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm like touched because like I feel like,
Oh, okay,
yeah, because like they're smart guys.
yeah. But then I think I would have been sent off to the Septons, because they're like,
Oh yeah,
oh, yeah,
you would, and you would have clawed your way, baby. You would
oh
have clawed.
yeah,
You would have been Crystal Pope in a matter of months, baby.
yes, 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 yes. Ooh, I would rock that. I would rock that. All the robes. I want robes. Give me robes. I want a Luke. I want a Luke. Oh god. And you would be fucking trying to bedazzle your fucking
Yeah, and they'd be like, stop that shit. And I'm like, oh, come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just want to like give it a little something, something, God,
Oh my god. I'm like
that'd be
learning
great.
like the really obscure things just to get like the fun chains. Like,
Also, something ironic as we're like talking about this, be like, oh, I would have been, you would have gone here, I would have gone there. We're both the eldest sons.
oh yeah, no, we'd be
Like,
we'd be inheriting shit. Like, no, like we're
yeah. Well, you would be, I'd be poor. I
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
To be clear, we wouldn't be a great house, but like
You'd be fine,
we'd be
Spicer.
fine.
You'd be fine.
We'd have a hold fast.
I'd be knocking on your walls when the fucking raiders are coming to the village, like, hey, can you let me in, please, please.
I don't know. I don't know. It's real cozy in here. God above, because of course we're
when
both.
when we eat the rich, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're making it out alive.
I am. I'm going to be fine. I'm poor. I'm poor. I'm
Don't.
poor. I'm poor. I'm
Yeah.
poor. Do I need to show you my bank account?
You want to play this game? You want to play this game? Who do you think's gonna win this game?
Don't cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Anyways,
Uh,
the drag.
the numbers in your bank account, they're black. They're black, Spicer. We're not the same. We're not the same. Mine are written in red ink.
You have no power here.
God, everything's fine.
Oh my god! But anyways, we got a funeral, baby. We got a
Yeah,
funeral.
we got a funeral.
We're lighting people on
It's
fire, and then our son is Valar.
Valor.
Valar is here, and he's like, "You're not my real dad, Dunk."
I will say I was very glad that they had this, because Valor got kind of minimized during the season, and so I had a worry that like we might this might be like something that ends up on the cutting room floor, because something with the show, like it was a very faithful adaptation, and then every once in a while there'd just be like random like little important things cut, and so I was concerned that this would be cut out. I'm glad that it wasn't. I'm glad that we kind of like got that moment of like Dunk getting to experience like the ramifications of what, like, what happened here, like, oh, like ultimately like a son lost his father and he is traumatized because of
Well, and
it.
then like the whole line of like he died in my armor.
Yeah,
How many sons have died in their father's armor, but how many fathers have died in their son's armor? Like yikes.
yeah, yeah. No, it was a touching moment. I'm glad it was there, and I thought it was very well done. I just appreciated everything about it. And then, of course, we're followed by again the other like odd moment of the episode, in my opinion, where Dunk and Raymond meet, and Raymond's like, "Let me give you a hug, buddy. Like, you look like you need it." And then we just have like a weird no homo moment.
Oh yeah,
What?
that was weird.
What? What happened? That was odd. That was like actively like odd. Like
Mm.
it's a hug and it's lingering for a long time, and then Dunk gets all like, okay, 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 we're done here. We're done here. Like,
Why? Your boyfriend just invited you to fucking P Town. Like, what are you doing?
yeah.
What do you do? The bi panic. The bi panic be panicking.
I was confused.
I
I
I
was just like, it was just like a weird, like, in a show that's otherwise been like pretty like wholesome and affirming to like the most, like, to everything, to every fuck it, we had Dunk, not Dunk, we had Egg like philosophizing on the fucking the girl
fisting
in the
song.
song who
The
could, the
fisting
fisting
song.
song, yeah. And like even she was like, but like, ooh, we're hugging too long, ooh, icky, icky, icky. Like, it
It
was
was
odd.
it was weird. I would not be surprised if there was an executive who red pinned this episode a lot.
Mm,
I would not be surprised. It's like, well, it's Game of Thrones. It's Game
yeah.
of Thrones. We gotta. What's the word? Expectations. They gotta be subverted, baby. Like we can't have like a sincere moment. They're gonna have a no homo moment. Like I would not be surprised if there was a bunch of red penning that happened. I would not be surprised.
There's been a lot of discourse online, because the showrunner is named Ira Parker, of
Hmm.
people being like, I firmly believe that there is an Ira Parker cut of the
Oh yeah.
show somewhere. And it's been very interesting seeing like people like all like kind of independently be saying this. And like I could see that being a thing. I don't know whether I think that's a thing, but like, no, I could definitely see it, and especially with what you're saying about like executives meddling a little bit. Like, I don't know. I really, it's funny how in the beginning of the season I was like, 6 episodes with like the shorter run times I think makes a lot of sense for the story that we have. But then by the end of it, I'm like,
I
they
disagree. I think it should have been, I think it should be 3 to 4 episodes tops. Three
wait,
to
no, 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 no. I'm disagreeing with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like 6 episodes was fine, but they could have been longer. Like, I
Oh,
feel like we were still like cutting random things that I don't know why they were cut, and like they would feel weird, like
sure.
the Steely Pate, like a knight who remembered his vows,
Yeah.
or like again, just like some of like the stuff this episode with what's it, fuck,
Which
I'm
also
losing it. It's fine.
Steely Pate's just gone. We don't get it. We don't get it.
Yeah, like I feel
We
like
don't
there
even
was
get
like
like a
lots of
sense.
these moments throughout the like could have been there and probably like should have been there and might have been there, who fucking knows, and they were like cut so that the episodes were a little shorter, and that's, I feel, odd. I don't know.
Yeah, I did also. One more thing before we continue on because I forgot from Valar the line of
Okay.
I why would the gods take him and leave you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a banger of a line. And then Dunk
Yeah.
saying, "I've thought the same thing too." Like, ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
The
And
survivor's
then him.
guilt. The survivor's guilt be real.
Yeah. And then him having to go through basically the same motions with Maekar, being like, yeah, I don't know why I'm still here, man. Like, I don't. Eek. But yeah.
but then we get, like you said, we get the Fossaways shield, lore, and then our prostitute, she's got a name, whether it's her real name or not, but hey, she's got a name. She's got a name, baby.
Yeah. I do love the idea when he's like explaining, he's like, I didn't have a squire to help me out of my stuff. And then she showed up and she helped me. And then one thing led to another. And like, I mean, I respect the game. I respect, like, she saw an opportunity.
She looked at that twink and she said, that twink is mine. She said that twink is mine. I am about to make out like a fucking bandit.
And he truly made it so easy. Like, Raymond is a sweetie. He's a sweetie. He's great. He's loyal. He's there when you need him. Boy, does he make Dunk looks like sometimes like Dunk has favorite, yeah.
My favorite is when, like, he's like, well, she's with child, and Dunk's like,
yeah,
what? That's not how it works, buddy. And I love that, like, this character, like Fossaway, he's like, he will be over here telling you about the conspiracy theory of the Targaryens and how they are evil aliens who have come to manipulate the system, and we're part of a system, man. But he doesn't understand how fallopian tubes work.
And I know it sounds like we're harping a lot this episode. I really like, this is the happiest I think I will ever be with with a Game of Thrones adaptation. But it's so weird to see, like, the juxtaposition of, on one hand, he is aware that the proletariat must rise up to overcome the bourgeoisie, but then on the other, like, wow, I knocked her up already. Cool, we've been together a day and she's pregnant. Like, what?
It's giving Trotsky. It's giving Trotsky.
Oh god.
It's giving communist autism. He will tell you about class theory, but boy, he does not understand how the birds and the bees work.
Nope. And this is as good as any spot to take a break. Yeah. So let's take a break and we will be right back. Why into the microphone? Why into the microphone?
You truly are Trixie and I truly am Katya.
I am so perplexed. I don't understand. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? I have half a mind to say we're back already. No. Because I want the people to see what I deal with. Into the microphone.
Oh my god.
Are we back?
No.
Do you stand by this? Do you stand by it, Spicer?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't mean to a lot. You don't mean to a lot.
Oh my god. Look at how much water is in my bottle now.
Yeah, you need it. You need it.
Well, it's because every time there's a big snowstorm, because you're supposed to save a bunch of water just in case. So, like, my Brita filter, she was to the brim and had a bunch of other bottles of water that I had, like, filled up and, like, were in my fridge just in case. Uh-huh. And so then I filled her up and she went right to the brim. She's...
Uh-huh. You can't distract me. You can't distract me from the way she wronged me. You think I won't put this dumb water bed in too? You don't think? You don't think?
No, don't. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
An ass hat, fucking goddamn! You try to make me look like the villain so often, and you know what? I'm not great. I'm difficult. I get it, but damn if we're not a pair, you know? Like this isn't an opposite attract situation. Like no. Like
together at last. Oh my god.
Anyway, Spicer, what you think about the rest of the fucking episode?
Not with the water bit. Not with the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything. It's all in there. It's all in there, babe. Everyone will know how I have suffered at your hands.
Because I burped?
Yes, because you know what? No, oh my god, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep. Spicer does this like at least every other episode, if not more often. Where like he will go off to get something from the kitchen. He will come back and he will wait. He will wait until the moment he's in front of the microphone to let out the craziest belches, and it's always directly into the fucking microphone that's being piped into my ears. I don't understand why not in the kitchen? Why not even when you turn to right now? No, turn to the side again. Do it that way. It'll be quieter in my ears because you're not doing it directly into the microphone.
Oh my god. I don't know, man. My esophagus, she works in mysterious ways. I don't know. Like...
Yeah. We'll let the audience decide. We'll let them decide. You like the episode. If you think Spicer should be whipped for burping in my ears,
in the town square for daring to defile Rhani's ear.
And comment if you also think that. Basically, everything you do is affirming me in this. You are the villain in my story. I need you to know that.
I always say with Rhani, there is no winning. There is only losing less. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, no.
Bee coffin.
Bees. Actually, no, before we got stuff before bee coffin. because we have our meeting with Maekar.
Your other special interest.
Yeah, Jeff, as played by Jeffrey Rush. Just doing Barbosa. But that's Maekar. But yeah, no, so we get my first thing I wrote down is so funny is like because the first thing this man says to Dunk. The first thing that this man says to Dunk, because of all the things, what does the prince want? What does he want with me? Why? Ooh, what's going on? I'm sending Arion to the east. Maybe that will straighten him out. And Dunk, who has just had to fight a small battle because this kid is such a little shit, and the head of the realm has died, or the heir to the throne of the realm has died because you didn't like discipline your child enough. Like what? Because we're calling and like what? You're sending him to Bravo so that the super nanny will take care of him? Like
no,
what?
Okay, no, this is a thing. He's banished, Spicer. Oh, he has been banished from the country. That's what they mean by like I'm sending him to the free city. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like you get to like go off, find something to do because you can't be here. Come back in a couple years when you're better. Just overall as a human being.
Yeah. No. I got okay. I thought it was like we're going to like boot camp or whatever.
No.
I assume
like go be in the real world for a little bit.
Not Westeros.
Yes.
I assume we have not seen the last of Arion. No.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the end? We never see him again?
Yeah. I mean, like, if you read... Actually, it's right here next to me, because I used it for a video the other day. If you read The World of Ice and Fire, which is, like, the lore encyclopedia...
Did I get you that?
No.
Well, when did I get you? I got you one of those tabletop books. I got you the map one. I got you the one with the maps.
It never came.
What?
Yeah, it never came. Remember?
Oh, that's right. And then I got a refund. That's right. Yeah. I forget things. Okay.
It's okay. You're fine.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember who I am, or what I will become. The quote Tristan tell. But anyways, tell me about the lore, Rhani.
Yeah. Well, if you read it, you find out what happens to Arion, and it's not fun. You know what happens. I think we talked about this.
Well, no, we didn't. What happens? What happens? Tell the people. The people want to know. That's what the people from TikTok, they want to know, baby.
Okay, well, I mean, like, it doesn't come up in any of the novellas and whatever, but no, Arion thinks he's a dragon. Remember, they mentioned that in the novella. They think
Yeah.
he thinks he's a dragon, like reborn in a human body, and so he decides that he needs to figure out how to. Spoilers, sorry, I guess skip ahead a minute or two if you don't want to hear this. He decides that like he can release the dragon and be reborn as a dragon if he were just to drink wildfire. And
Yeah.
so he does that and he promptly, burns to death. Because that's not a thing. So yeah, so that's what happens to him. It's not very nice.
While he's in the Free Cities, or when he comes back?
I think it's while he's in the Free Cities. I honestly don't remember, but like I don't think he's around for a super long time. He also has one child, and because he is Arion, he names that child Maegor. Actually, no, he has to live for a while because Maegor is a baby when there's the succession crisis. Okay, cool. Sorry, I got there. I got there. He comes back from the Free Cities and he's whatever. Um, but yeah, so no, that's the thing. So yeah, no, you don't see him again. Again, every novella, basically the only repeat people are Dunk and Egg.
Okay.
So basically, if you met anyone here,
Hope you didn't like him too much.
yeah. Anyway, end of spoilers. Cool.
Okay.
But yeah. So sorry, what were we talking about?
Oh, because we were like Arion, we're sending him to the east to get whipped into
Yes.
shape.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Also the acting of the actor playing Maekar in the scene.
Good.
Good. That's
Just
some good
so
shit.
good.
That's some good shit. That
I,
that
I,
is
I
all of the emotions because he's like angry at his son. He's angry at Dunk for killing. He's feeling grief and he's feeling remorse. He feels bad for Dunk because Dunk's also been like put through the fucking ringer. He's sad for his sons. And then later in the later scene we get, which is jumping ahead a little bit, where like whoops egg tries to kill his brother in his sleep.
ooh,
And then Magar like is there like the fucking Babadook and just like quietly like puts his hand on his shoulder away from him because the knife gets dropped, like,
yeah.
and just like the word, the way that like that is acting, baby. That is acting. I watched this TikTok of where it's like every Hollywood Oscar winning like
Oh yeah.
acting moment in the last like 10 years, and it's just a guy screaming.
Yeah.
That's not acting. That's acting, baby. That's acting, baby. I feel every emotion this man is feeling, and he is able to communicate it through his words. And guess what? I can understand the words. Guess what?
Weird.
Weird. It's almost as if you are a vehicle. It's almost as if you are an interpretive artist here to interpret words.
And honestly, this is why again why I find like the end of the episode so perplexing, because like the way that this episode I feel like is set up, it is a showcase for Maekar, like both as like a character but also that performance. It is so good. It like deepens it. You like feel all everything that you should be feeling in the moment, and it is so compelling.
To them chat
And
upon. To them chat upon.
yes,
And
yeah,
the vibe is ruined. And it's like
yeah.
I get it. We open the symbolism of the first fucking episode if we literally shit on the fucking theme. We get it.
Yeah.
We're doing a thing here, but it's like you can still have a nice
Mhm.
thing. We can still have a nice
Yeah.
because then we're back. Because we're back to like regular Maekar, just being like angry at the world and why is nothing going the way that I want it to? And it's like great.
But I will say this is an interesting change from the book, where they basically split Makar's scene with Dunk
Yes,
in half.
into
Yeah.
two different scenes.
Yeah.
I get why they did that because they wanted like Dunk to go on a journey.
Yeah.
I did not care for that. I say keep that scene the same and put in some of those other moments that we talked about that like we lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get, but like you can have this scene be a little more because like in the novella, the scene kind of happens almost towards the end.
Almost at the very end. It's
Almost
literally yeah.
it's like the last few pages, and then it like and then Egg comes and then we end. so like you can still have Dunk go on this journey. Like you could have A come up to him and be like, "I want to squire for you, my lord," and then you can have him say like, "I'm done
Hmm.
with princes there," and then
Yeah.
have this whole scene. Because like the whole point of that is like Dunk is like, we won't do A, but I can do B, right?
Hmm. It, yeah, no, I'm with you in that, like, I don't love it. I get why they did it. I get the, like, again, this is what happens when you need to make things like episodic, because each episode has to have its own arc. And so we need to add this like question of whether Dunk is going to accept Egg as his squire versus like in the novella he basically just does. Like it's in that conversation with Maekar, they like go back and forth a little bit, but then ultimately he's like, no, I'll do it. But here he like fully like says no. You have that like scene where like he's talking to Egg in the hall because Egg has been eavesdropping, and they're trying to add that tension, which I get. But no, I agree. The only aspect that I liked, where I liked the scene with Daron that they added, because
Oh,
I feel like that,
I love
yeah,
that scene. That's
it
great.
really like crystallized like, oh, this is why like Egg really needs to come with him, because like Daron getting to be the person who has seen it all happen, who is like evidence of how you are fucked up if you are in this position of like privilege, but like the weird shit that comes with it. And then also like as someone who's been personally fucked up, but then also who has watched his little brother turn into a monster.
Mhm.
So like getting to impart on Dunk like why that is so scary. I do like that it like then motivates Dunk to like then go give the other option to Maekar. But beyond that, I no, I agree with you. I like the way, I like the way that in the novella it's set up. It's one thing. And I also, this is like a just a dumb, I some people won't like this. This is like a dumb thing to complain about. I like in the novella that he goes to Dunk. I like that like
Yeah,
it's on like Makar comes to him to be like, we need to have a talk, which again is like part of Makar's growth in that moment. Like he
I'm
is,
coming. I'm literally coming to you. I'm coming to your little
yes,
tree that you sleep under,
yeah,
and I'm coming to your turf to
yeah,
talk because I have eaten some humble pie because whoops, I killed my brother. Another thing
yes,
that I think again, I don't want it to seem like we hated this episode. Like, no, we both enjoyed this episode. Like, I very much
yes,
enjoyed this episode. Again, this is better than 10 times better than the latter seasons of Game of Thrones, than the best episode of the latter seasons of Game of Thrones. We love. Thank you, George. My another sort of bone I have to pick is like in the quest of sort of adaptation. One of the things that I feel in this season that kind of got lost is like Dunk's goal, which Dunk's whole objective is like, I don't want to be a hedge knight really. I want to be a knight in a house. I want to be with people. Like that's the reason he goes to the festival, right? He goes to the
mm-hmm.
tourney is because it's the Cinderella story, right? Like if I just go and see the prince, then I will become a princess, and I'll blah 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 blah. And it's like if I just go to this tourney and I prove myself, I could maybe land myself a position in one of these houses, right? Because he even says in the book, maybe I think like he even says like in the show at some point, like oh
Yeah,
maybe with the Targaryens, but like in the book it's a really big theme, right? Like he's willing to risk it all because he wants to like be a knight in a house, and I feel we kind of lost that in the
mm-hmm.
TV show. Like that thread got lost a little bit for me because even in the book when we have the diversion of oh no, I beat the shit out of the prince because he assaulted my puppet girl, and so I don't take kindly to that, right? And then whoops, even that, like one of his like trains of thought is like, well, there goes my plan, right?
Yeah,
Like, whoops, I not only am I not going to be a knight in a landed house, I am also going to die. Like
mm-hmm.
this is not great, and so like what frustrates me is like because this is because in a similar way of like we've kind of lost Makar's growth, like his arc. We've lost Dunk's arc a little bit of where like
Mm-hmm.
Dunk, his whole thing is he's like, well, all I need to validate me, because again, I don't have the validation of actually being knighted, is, well, if I'm a knight in a noble house, and I don't have to like sleep under the stars and all this stuff, and like I want to be a hedge knight, I want to be, I want to be where the people are, right? Like I can go the distance or whatever, right? Like if I'm just a knight in a landed house, then like everything will be better, right? But then it's like, no, you learned that that's not what you need. Actually, what you need is to remember your vows. Right, it's that whole classic want versus need. He wants to have the validation of being a knight, by being a knight in a noble house. But what he needs to understand is a knight is somebody who actually like serves the people and remembers his vows, right? Which we kind of get an allusion to with like the Sir Arland bit with the memory, the flashback, where like we think he dies, and then like he has a psych out moment, and then he like finishes the story he was telling about how, because we learn about what the name Penny Tree comes from, which then the moment where Dunk later in the show like puts the penny on the tree is very, very touching. But like and then like Arland finishes his story. It's like a knight always finishes his stories, right? And so it's like it's a nice reminder of like a knight, like a knight. A knight isn't like a thing to be validated for. A knight is like something that you do, right? It's that classic like oh gosh, it's the Protestants always talk about this. The fucking good deeds versus faith versus good deeds or whatever. It's that thing, right? It's the like, it's not
good
about
works.
Good works. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, good works versus faith or whatever, which like doesn't quite match up, but it's that idea of like the sort of external validation of like, oh, I'm doing the thing, right? Like I'm being validated because I'm a knight. It's like, no, you the point is to like, be a good knight and to remember the vows and like remember like your place in this world. So I feel like we've kind of lost that arc a little bit because we have lost his objective at the very beginning of like, I want to be in a good house. And again, it's not that it wasn't there, it just wasn't as prominent as in the novels. And so I feel that like the line of I've had enough of princes doesn't hit as hard, right? Because we don't see that like that want, that scrappiness, that I can go the distance, right? That in earlier, anyways. But that's my thought on that.
No. I agree. I agree with that. Dunk is saying no to everything he's ever wanted in that moment, and I do feel like the weight of that maybe isn't set up as well as it could have been. So no, I am with you. One thing before I move on, because I want to move on to that Arland scene that we keep talking about. But before we do, I need to talk about Egg's hat. Egg's hat is everything.
It's everything. I want that hat.
We all need that hat. We all are. His little outfits. I am obsessed with. Whoever is the costumer for this show, with the Targaryen specifically, like all of their drip, amazing. Every
time they all come on screen, all I can hear is that sound clip of cunt, right? Like that's all I can hear in my fucking head.
Yeah.
Anyways, also the line when he says, "Are you in pain, sir?"
Yeah, he's so sweet. He's so
I just want
sweet.
to take him.
I love that little boy.
It's fine, buddy. It's okay.
God,
oh my God.
I just don't want him to be sad. And then when he's like, "Oh, maybe you're not the knight I thought you were," I was like, "Stop! We can't do this. We can't fucking do this."
But then we got to unpack the scene with Arland, the flashback.
Which I just want to start first before we unpack like everything that they like confirm and blah blah blah. I just want to say this is the Arland I pictured. This Correct. Right here.
This is the Arland. This is the Arland I pictured. This is the one.
Like, I'm glad we got it. I'm like, all the goofy wild shit that they do with it, fine, it's fine. But like this, just like a slightly quirky old man who's just like who loves to spin a yarn.
It's Don Quixote.
Yes.
It's very Arland is very Don Quixote coded, in my opinion.
Yes. No, I would agree with that. And I just like I felt like the quirkiness like fit in this moment, even like the fake out with the death. That was a moment where like, oh, we went for the joke there and it worked. I thought it worked
because it had a thematic purpose, right? Like we have a joke. It's not just like a bit for a bit's sake. It's like a bit, but it's a psych out because then he's like teaching him a lesson of like A
Yes.
knight always finishes his story, right?
Mhm. Which is ultimately like I feel like the entire purpose of Arlen in the book, because he gets referenced so much, and like in future novellas as well, he's always being referenced, and it's because like Dunk is always remembering a lesson that he taught him. There's always like a lesson to remember in the moment, and oh, Arlen always talked about this or that, and so finally like actually getting that moment in the show was very validating because that is one of the few things I feel like I have consistently missed when they've like made Arlen kind of like the butt of a joke, or you know, a lesson for Dunk to learn in like what Arlen was versus like no, the teachings that actually come from Arlen. So I really appreciated the scene so much.
And then it was nice to kind of learn where his name come from. His name comes from
Yeah,
Penny
that was
Tree.
a very sweet, it like it's again sad and very, very thematically poignant,
Mhm.
because that is like people being sent off to war when that's unnecessary is such a huge thing in these books. So like having like tying it back into like kind of like the greater narrative theme, I thought was very smart as well as like touching and stuff. So I loved it. um
But
and of
then
course, yeah.
Bee Coffin.
The what? Oh, no. Before that, we confirmed that
Oh
Dunk
yeah,
is in a
wait.
night.
Yeah,
I
Donkey's
I
in the Night.
was
I was
I
so
was
I kind of love that we confirmed it in the final episode. I love that we like full on confirm it.
I like the moment. I will say I was very surprised. I thought they were gonna go the tact of the novella and never like out and out say it, just as a
Oh
like we
no.
all like we know, but like because I do love that aspect of the novellas because I again I know people get annoyed when I'm like, oh, here's, but it's not really like this is not the last time Dunk like thinks about it but doesn't actually fully think about it. The way that there's always those like hints that his like thoughts will kind of trail off, that is something that continues on.
Okay.
And so I was very surprised that like we actually got the definitive moment. Like I didn't mind it. I thought it was good. I thought it works, and I do appreciate it from like a story perspective because I do think that that is an important detail to like Dunk's whole arc.
Well, it's
But yeah,
dramatic because now it's dramatic irony, right?
yeah,
Like we know, the audience know he is not actually a knight, so like that's going to introduce all these different tensions in scenes to come,
yes,
right?
yeah,
So that I like it. I like it in the novella. I think it's two different ways to tell your story, right? This is an instance of where it's like, hey, this is a different way the TV show did it, and that's fine, right? Like these are
mm-hmm.
two valid ways of telling your story because one is, you know, giving your audience a little bit of information
Mm-hmm.
to work with, and then one is sort of being vague about it, which you can do more in a novel,
Yeah,
right? Like because it's a novel, right? Your audience can go back and read things. They can reread things. They can go, oh, that's what that meant. Oh, right, and then they like make connections and right. You can't really do that in a TV show
mm-hmm.
because it's most of the time people will watch this once, right? Right. Most people are going to watch this once, and so you kind of have to be ready for that. But yeah, so that I like that what they do there too. I think I think it's an interesting choice. I don't think it's better or worse necessarily. I think it's just a different way of telling the story.
Yeah.
But then, Bee Coffin.
I I okay. Beesbury is barely referenced in this show, and then to include him in such a prominent way, the whiplash
I was
of
like,
B Coffin.
yeah, remember that guy who had a weird mustache like 2 episodes ago? Not even. Well,
Uh-huh.
here's his coffin, and it's got bees.
Got bees.
Cause they're the bee house, Ronnie. Cause
Yeah.
every house they got one thing. You got Bridge House, you got Wolf House, you got Antler House, and you got Bee House.
Buzz, buzz, buzz,
Buzz
buzz.
buzz, bitch.
No, it was just a wild sequence before the very, again, we already talked about, but that like very touching Daron scene
Mhm.
that, oh god, that then becomes even more poignant when we have our sweet like 9-year old almost do a homicide.
Almost to a homicide of someone in their sleep because he saw that his hair was growing back.
Well, the hair is metaphor. It's
Yeah, no,
metaphor.
no,
It's metaphor.
I know it's a metaphor. That's why he tries to commit the homicide, because he goes,
Kinslaying,
big
kinslaying.
deal in this universe, big deal
After
in this.
after Baylor was like, the Septons tell us to love our brothers, and then he said, "Fuck you, you're dead. I'm taking the fish knife and I'm going after him." Which
Well,
again, right after,
which is it's the irony, right? Of like
yes,
Maekar literally just killed his brother,
yes.
right? And so it's the irony of then Maekar like stops him from killing his brother, right?
Mhm. And then I love the like just I love the fish detail. It's so gross, but like Daron when he's talking to Dunk, being like, "Hey, he used to love fishing." Like such like a weird like a little detail about Arion as a kid. Right after like Egg said that several episodes ago when
Oh,
he asked him like, "How do you know about the fucking the." I don't know, the Kingsguard, whose family were crabbers. He's like, I like fishing. And then having like Daron call that back, being like, yeah, Arion used to just like love fishing. He was chill. And then we cut to there is a knife in the fish, and that's the knife that Egg grabs and starts going for the guy. Like again, all the layers, all the layers. It was very well done. And to your point earlier, like Maekar like catching him and like holding him and stuff after that was oof so fucking heavy.
again, and all the acting that's happening without a fucking
Mm-hmm.
word, without a
Yeah.
fucking word.
Which and again, once again, the way that like I was actually I went back and forth on that scene initially
Mhm.
because in my mind I was like, okay, we're doing a whole like Targaryen madness thing and I'm not about it. We're showing like how violent they can be and blah blah blah. I'm like, that's I don't want that to be the takeaway for people because the way I have to argue about this shit. But but no, it was like, oh, okay, I think what they're actually trying to do is like show the importance of why Egg needs to get away because like this is how easily like this
It
kid can
it
be corrupted.
it's not the genetics, it is the upbringing. It
Yes.
is a nurture versus a nature situation. It is not
Yes.
that you have bad nature, it is that the society and the system that you are in is
Mhm.
literally gearing you to be a murderous monster. Right?
Yes. And then the and this is again why like I just keep getting angry at the ending is like you they did such a good job of establishing like why Egg needs to get away.
Mhm.
Egg needs to get away. Like Daron hits it home, and then Maekar watches the evidence of like, oh, this is what my son almost did. This is what like the shit around him has led him to do, and I'm having to comfort him so that he doesn't commit a homicide. And then right after that, Maekar meeting with Dunk, like you would think that's all the justification that Maekar needs to have that final evolution, you know? And so one like when like Egg shows up the next day, you're like, okay, yeah, Maekar totally made the right call because look at all the shit that led up to it. Of course he had to make this call.
It's not making logical sense. Like
Yeah.
it's very weird that like this character is like has all of this stuff presented to him and he can't like put it all together. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a little insulting to the character that you've created. So yeah, no,
Yes.
the arc is ruined.
Yeah.
Um Also, I'm like again. I don't want us to sound like we hated this episode. This episode was quite lovely. There was really lovely moments. Again, like Maker's acting was fabulous. Dunk was fabulous. Like I love. There were funny bits. The fact that Fossaway like marries a fucking prostitute, incredible. Right? Like, because he thinks that he knocked her up in one night. Like incredible. Love it. Fabulous. Like
Mm-hmm.
it. But again, I get there's one named female character in this fucking novella in this first novella.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. And the TV show went whoops, no ladies. How we fix? I know we'll have these characters that like sort of come in. Do they pass the Bechdel test even on a basic level? No. No, we could cut them from the whole story. Nothing changes. The only character who doesn't like get cut would be Tansel, but that is literally her relation to a man.
Yeah.
And it's like again, I like that you guys tried. points for trying to create more lady characters. And like I liked the way that this like the queen of like love and beauty, like the way that she like I liked her the way she played it, because I'm like, she's funny, like the few bits she had, I'm like, oh, I like this autistic girl, like she's funny, like she doesn't know how to people, and that's funny, right? Like, and it's very like stilted. And so like this line that she has of like, I don't fault you for ruining my name day. I swear, I think there's a cut, and I think in that cut she has more lines. I think I think like release what was his name again? What was the show?
Ira Parker.
Release the Parker cut. Release the Parker cut, because I know that there were scenes that were cut that she had lines. And like, because I'm like, there is a perfect world, and again, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like, there is a world where like every few episodes she like runs into Dunk, right? Yeah. And they have like a funny little kind of like antagonistic relationship, which like is funny because like she's so small and he's so big, and then like it's a funny thing of like he could kind of be scared of her, and she's right, and she's constantly like, and then it could be a bit of like, I'm gonna hit you, but then I don't, right? Like, and then it would be nice if we ended on this moment with like and like, I don't blame you, right? And then it's like, oh, we rectify or whatever, but then we don't do that.
No. I will say I agree with everything you're saying. I did still like love the idea of this like little girl being like, hey, I don't blame you for ruining my birthday. I just want you to know that like, yes, my birthday was ruined. Someone could, stand to like acknowledge that, but I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
They did you wrong. They did you wrong, girl. As you're limping with your 50 million stab wounds.
Damn.
Like, it's a funny moment, but again, it's just like, and what was her name? Couldn't tell you.
Gwen. It was Gwen. Oh, I remember. It was Gwen. They gave her a name. Her name was Gwen. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I don't know who she was. I don't know who she was. Somewhere, Alison Bechdel feels a disturbance in the force. Anyways, but yeah, no, yeah, but that was a funny bit, but damn, and then Sweetfoot.
Spicer, I can't emphasize enough.
Were you crying? Were you crying?
Yes. Yeah, no, Spicer, I seriously teared up because this is, I'm gonna be so for real. This is the best change that they made. This is easily of all the changes they made, this is the best one, because the way I finished, the novella,
because in my head, I'm like, wait, did they ever get Sweetfoot back?
They don't. They never get Sweetfoot back. They don't mention it. And I was so distraught at the end of the novella. And then I started the next one. And when I'm like reading, like Sweetfoot isn't there. And I'm like, wait, did they never? And like, this is one of the only times I've ever like actively like hunted online for spoilers. And I was like, I need to know what happens to Sweetfoot. I'm so angry at this. And when I found out, I'm like, no, that's the last time you see Sweetfoot. It like broke something in me, and I was so angry at George. I'm like, George, this is a mistake. This is a mistake that you never acknowledge. You never have like Dunk like, no.
You suddenly are those people who are yelling at George, but instead of being like, George, finish the book, you're like, no, George, you rewrite those novellas, you rewrite them, and he gets Sweetfoot back.
And Spicer, on the screen, I'm watching the screen, I'm like, I know we're wrapping up, this is cool, it's all good, I'm enjoying it. When Sweetfoot like runs into frame, the way I cried out. I was like, oh, no, they didn't. Oh my god! And I started crying. I was like, oh, he got Sweetfoot back. I don't know what this means, because like he doesn't have Sweetfoot in the next books. But like, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. And then like when it becomes clear that like, oh, he's gonna give it to Raymond, I'm like, you know what? That's okay. Sweetfoot's happy, and I know where Sweetfoot is. I know Sweetfoot is with Raymond, having the time of her life. Like,
I know that this fictional horse is with this fictional man in this fictional world.
and it's good. It's good. It's good. This is what we needed. This is what I need in the Trump era. This is what I need. Okay.
This is your act of resistance. This is your act of radical joy, is watching this mythical horse on a
Oh
TV show.
God, Spicer, I truly I can't emphasize enough how angry I was about the horse when I finished the novella. And so I felt like I had a wrong write it. I truly felt like an ancient hurt. Like my father came and apologized to me for all the shit. Like that's what happened in this moment.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh
God.
my god! The sins of the Nakba had been atoned for.
Jesus Christ. Okay. God
Maybe not that far. Maybe not that
not
far.
that far. Not that far. It's fine though. God damn.
You said ancient. You said old.
I did. I'm sorry. This is my fault. Oof.
Oh my oof trauma. Anyways, and then the penny in the tree, and then the people with the penny in the tree, because we're honoring Arland. And then oh god, Egg being every fucking know-it-all little shithead on the road. There's 9 kingdoms actually. Like Egg is getting his phone out. He's doing a TikTok. He's like, well, did you know?
Shut up! I've done this TikTok.
I know. I've watched this TikTok. Egg is got the fucking ring light. He's like, well, did you know that actually there's 9 kingdoms in the 7 kingdoms?
But it was like I loved it. I fucking loved it because it's so Egg.
Oh,
like it's meta in a way because that is like a discussion point that always like comes up in like fandom and like with people who are like interested but maybe haven't read the stuff. And so like to put it in there, like it's fun on multiple levels. Right after and having him do it like right after like he swears like, hey, I'm gonna do all the things with you. Are you gonna take care of Chestnut and you're gonna do this and this? And like Egg is like so happy, and then they're just chit chat and they're just vibing as they go off into the sunset. And then we get that title card. That title card made me like burst out laughing.
Mm-hmm. And then we also get the sweetness of Arlen.
Yeah,
the distance with it, but then Arlen goes the other way, and
yeah. And then you get a Knight of the Nine Kingdoms, Spicer. Did you notice that?
I did. Until you said it, it completely slipped over my head.
Did you not notice? Oh my god, it was the title card at the end. This is the Knight of the Nine Kingdoms.
Yeah, no. Now
like,
I know that, but
that's. And then like, again, it was like after Egg like joining him after the Arlen bit, and then ending on that, like ending it on a joke, but like a joke that you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then
we have to take a shit on it because characters can't grow because it's Game of Thrones.
I'm so perplexed. It was perfect. The last like 5-10 minutes, like fucking like Sweetfoot coming back, doing the penny tree. Egg shows up and there's like beautiful heartfelt moment. He does the little quip, the little Egg quip. Arlen goes off. We end with a cute little joke. It's the sunset. Everything is perfect. Perfect cinema.
But no, we have to show that we have to deception. Top 10 anime betrayals.
Is Maekar in season 2 now? I'm so confused, but it's fine. It's fine. We had a great time.
We had a great time. Again, we liked the episode. To be clear, we enjoyed it. We had a good time. We just have thoughts.
Yeah, we have thoughts, baby. We have thoughts. Okay, now we have questions. We have questions, multiple questions. Because I was bad last week. I didn't have a question ready, and now I'm a little. There were several like good ones that I like, so we might do a few. Because I promised. So first comes from Jojo Mojo Pen. Question for the week: if you could have Dunk and Egg go on an adventure anywhere in Planetos, where would it be? Who would they meet, and what would they do? Where do you want him to go?
Oh, I want him to go to ET, baby. What's going on over there? What's going on over there?
In a similar vein, I want them to go to a shy because I can't think of a place that that like is less dunk friendly.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like just picture like dunk in the spooky ooky Halloween town with the glowing river of poison and the ghost grass, and everyone is just in masks that fully cover their face, and everything is made of oily black stone, and like it's just hell on earth. It's fucking hell on earth. And Dunk is just like, oh, what are we doing over here as he's riding his horse? And Egg's like, this is the bad. Why are we here? What are we doing here? This is insane.
It's giving Ichabod Crane. It's giving Ichabod
Yes. Yes.
Crane.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh God. There we go. Okay. You know what? We might do two more questions. That's fine. Next, this one's just for you, Spices. This is just for you. If a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms were an opera, what voice would each part be, and why is and why is Arion the countertenor?
Okay, so we actually had a very long conversation about this because I finished this novella, and the first thing that I texted to Ronnie, I'm like, "This is an opera."
Yeah.
Like George R. R. Martin, if you're listening,
no one steal that. If anyone's gonna do it, it's Spice.
It's me. God damn it, I'm doing it, baby. If anyone knows who knows George R. R. Martin? Because I feel like if I were to pitch it to him, he'd be like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Like I feel
they're doing
like
a play.
He's doing
a play right now.
He's
they
doing
just
a
announced.
play. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what? Get fucking George and whoever is fucking replacing Peter Gelb at the Met on the phone. Like, I will. I'll sail on that sinking ship. Anyways, so but anyways, to the question at hand, I have already thought about this, baby. So Dunk is a baritone, duh. Egg is actually going to be I would say is actually going to be the boy soprano, not a countertenor. He's going to be a boy soprano because duh. Then we have because I want I would want to expand the other lady who's the puppeteer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I would want her to be like a contralto, which is like the lowest of the women's voice parts. And then I want Tansel to be a soprano because duh. I actually think Arion is a tenor. I think he's a tenor. It's that like evil. I love making a tenor evil. I love making a tenor evil, baby. I love making a tenor evil, baby.
You're not projecting any feelings onto anyone, are you?
There's so many options for me. And then God, who are the other characters? Who are the other characters? I'm
Steely Pate.
Bass. Deep bass. Oh my, basso profundo. He's in E's below the staff, baby.
Valor and Maekar.
Maekar actually. You know what? I will accept Arion being a tenor, or a countertenor, but only if fucking what's his face? Gosh, he's the tenor. He's the really gay tenor who's in fucking everything.
Are you casting it?
Yeah, no, I'm casting it, baby. I'm casting it, baby. It's what oh my gosh, he's the queer countertenor. Matt.
Who is this for?
It's for me. I typed that into like the fucking Google and it was like Anthony Roth Costanza. I'm like, that bitch, that twink. Anthony Roth Costanza would play Arion. And then so I will accept that as a countertenor. And then Maekar's a tenor. Maekar's a tenor. Oh yeah, that whiny bitch. And then Valor is also going to be a baritone. He's like noble. He's like I'm a noble. I got noble feelings. And were there any other people I missed?
There's Daron, there's Raymond, the Fossaways, Lionel.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna be it's take your pick of baritone or tenor for all of them. Okay. But I think we hit the big ones. Actually, no. Yes. Fossaway I think would be a tenor. No, Fossaway would be like a spinto tenor, which is kind of like a lighter sort of lyric-y tenor. And then Lionel Baratheon.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah. Fuck. Who is Lionel Baratheon? Who is she? Who would play her? I'm gonna say. Oh, that's also a tenor. Baby.
Really?
Yeah, because then they sing in thirds. Baby.
Okay,
It'll be hot. It'll be hot. Anyways, but yeah. that's most of the characters. Anyways,
Okay.
anyone know George? Let me have those rights, baby. I got like the way God, like I heard music.
Spicer, keep reading these novellas. Like, I need you to read, because like the way that you don't realize that this is like the coolest opera trilogy in the world. Like,
just give me the rights, baby. Just give me the rights. Just give me the rights, baby. I'm good with rights. ask Kyle Lukoff, award-winning author. I take care of your baby. I take good care. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no, you're good. And then, and sorry, that was from Justin Irwin, 6010. I forgot to read the name. Okay, and then last one. Let's just do one more. Okay, I'll do. Okay, how about this? If you could, this is from Graham Linnea. If you could create merch for the pod, what would you put on it? This is a good question. A good question.
Well, we need like I think just like first off, just like a basic T-shirt with like the logo, like duh.
Well, yeah, but like let's think beyond.
Oh, we need like a wine holder, and it just says "I drink and I know things."
Sure. Yeah, no, honestly, this might be like a question to just turn around to the audience, because I feel like what are like I can't always think of like what are the things that we say all the time. So
there was like somebody like the other week was like I can't remember what thing it is, but somebody like tagged me in one of their posts where they're like, every time Spicer says this, I think of like Gaston.
Oh,
I can't remember. It's like because it's one of the like many little like turns of phrases I have, where it's but like apparently like it sounds like, but like yeah, like because I don't know, like we're in the middle of it, but what are the things that we say all the time? Like what are the things that we say?
Yeah, you tell us. I can't remember.
I feel like I always say like, anyways, tell me about the dragons, Rhani.
Sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Something like just the word like knee in all caps from a couple weeks ago.
Negate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, we did 3 questions. That was my apology for last week. Please remember for next week, put questions in the comments. You know the deal. It's fine. Okay, and then finally, Spicer, our favorite death of the week, where there was no death.
Well,
almost death.
We allude to Arland's death again, I feel like.
Oh yeah, he kind of dies on screen there for a second, kind of.
Yeah, like the fake out death. I love that fake out death. That fake out death was fun.
No, I would agree. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. And really, it really tickled me, because I feel like I finally got like the Arland I'd been missing for the show. So that was like a very beautiful moment. And Arland, honestly, like as far as deaths go, being like affecting a story, like Arland really is like the ghost haunting these novellas always. So I don't mind putting him there twice.
Arland's a bass, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I forgot Arland.
Yeah.
Arland's like, he's like a spooky bass in like a ooh. In like backgrounds.
in like what? Sorry, in like how? Where?
That's the music. That's his leitmotif.
Okay. Oh my god, I just realized I was about to like start wrapping up the episode, and I just realized I don't have the chapters ready for next week.
Oh, well, it's just the first ones. It's just the first ones of that.
I found it. Shut up. Okay, I'm so excited. Like this detour into the show has been so very fun, but I hope y'all stick around as we move on to A Storm of Swords next week. We are finally on book 3. We're on the book, y'all. We made it here. You ready for intrigue? You ready for trauma? You ready for trauma like you've never traumatized before? We're here. We did it. So next week, if you are reading along, our chapters are the prologue, Jaime won and Catelyn won. I'm so fucking excited. It's gonna be good.
Finally get to hear from Jaime. That's fun.
Yeah, first Jamie chapter. So yeah, I hope that you all, if you're new and just showed up for the show, I hope that you stick around and read some books with us or just listen to us yap. We hope that you have a wonderful, great week. Thank you all so much for listening to this very special season, and say goodbye, Spicer.
Goodbye, Spicer.